Back to that. What the fuck are you talking about? So
Okay.
he says, lead with your wallet. Then you say, Mr. Kevin Samuels, how does one lead with their wallet? And then he goes, well, what you do is you go get a job and you work 70, 80 hours a week.
Sheesh.
Yeah. You work 70, 80 hours a week. Nowhere in there is he talking about developing your character, healing your mommy wounds, your daddy wounds. You know what I'm saying? None of that type of stuff. No. Go get a job and go work 70, 60, 70, 80 hours a week. And once you do that, you'll be able to get whatever woman you want. You'll be able to get whatever dreams you want. That's what Kevin Samuels would say. So do you think that type of information is the type of information that especially young men need to hear? Is that what young men need to be hearing right now in the day and age when young men don't have many friendships with people, can't get women, things of that nature? You think that's what they need to hear?
Are you single?
No, I'm married.
You married? Okay. How long you been married?
Wait, please answer my question. Please.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't see how rude that is? And just FYI, when I ask you a direct question and you pivot, that's very disrespectful. So if I take it personally and I say something personally about you, don't be shocked. Okay? So can you answer my question?
Here you go. Hey,
No,
listen.
I'm just telling you because y'all like to play dumb and not know how did we come to this place?
And that leads to insults. Okay.
Yes, that does lead to insults. Absolutely.
Okay. Hey, I want to appreciate you for your time.
Okay, so you're not gonna answer my question. You got to go. Yeah, y'all got to stop playing dumb. Like, don't play dumb. don't play dumb. Y'all be disrespecting me. What the fuck? It's me to get mad when I disrespect you back. That shit is mind blowing. I don't get it. Babylon, what's good?
What's going on, man?
Chilling. What's good with it?
Nothing much. Just watching a little rhetoric. I like what's going on here.
Yes, sir. What's happening? What you got to say about it?
I kind of agree with you. I mean, you know, a lot of these channels like to put out a negative, you know what I'm saying, negative tone when it come to women and men. I mean, I just feel like a lot of these shows need to be canceled. If you ain't talking about positivity and growth, I feel like a lot of these shows need to be dismissed. And I mean, a lot of the podcasts, I mean, from Drink Champs to Joe Rogan, a lot of them got messed up information.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? So I like what you're doing, man. Just keep pushing positivity, man. So I just came on to tell you that, man. I ain't really want to have no long conversation, but just keep pushing positivity, keep uplifting women and men, and let's get rid of all of the negativity when it surrounds relationships and just putting out this bad connotation about relationships, man. I just feel like it just puts a dark cloud over the community, period. White, black, Chinese, you know, it don't even matter. So I appreciate you, man. Just keep doing what you're doing.
I appreciate you, Babylon, man. Thanks for coming up, brother.
All right, man.
All right. We need it. That's what we call a palate cleanser. That's what we call a palate cleanser, y'all. I like that type of shit. Every now and again, you get one.
Yo.
What's good with it?
You right?
Yep. What's good with it?
Yeah, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
You see when you talk about people doing what they want to do and not getting bothered about what other people want to do in their life.
Okay.
Because I saw earlier you were talking about how like on what's that guy called? Bottom right?
Which one?
The bottom right guy.
Bottom right, Kevin Samuels. Yeah.
Yeah. What's his name? Kevin Sanders. Yeah.
Kevin Samuels. Yep.
Well, I don't actually know too much about his situation. And he was talking about how another woman should live her life, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
My question is, are you for free speech or not?
Yeah.
So when these guys talk about stuff, do you not think they should be allowed to voice their opinion or not?
I never said they shouldn't be.
Yeah, but you said these shows need to be taken down.
No, I didn't.
That's what both of you guys were just on about. I just heard it. You said they need to...
I didn't say that, sir.
But you literally did.
No, I didn't. I promise you I didn't.
So what do you think should happen with this then?
I think men should learn to not listen to this.
What are you on about, bro? Because people have a choice whether or not they listen to this, yes?
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, and you're saying they shouldn't have voiced their opinions on other people, is basically what you're saying.
No.
Yes, on your live, you were talking about how this was talking about the woman that had standards for a baby daddy, yeah? Or her next man, she had baby daddies and she had standards, yeah?
But her baby daddy and she has standards, okay?
And she was allowed to have that opinion and her standards, right?
Yeah.
So why are these guys not allowed? You know what I mean? Like the thing is, you're making this TikTok to like put these guys down when if you don't agree with what they say, just ignore them and get on with your life.
I wish it were that easy. I do ignore them, but
Yeah, do you not see what I'm saying though? Like,
too many people. No, I see what you're trying to say, but what I'm saying is that it's too easy to say ignore them and move on when there are so many people who are not ignoring them. There's so many people who are listening to them, and then the people that are listening to them go out in the world and create harm.
I think the main problem is if you don't listen to these guys, who do you listen to? Is the main problem. If you get what I mean, like there's not many big male influencers for young men to listen to who aren't these guys. I mean, I don't agree with absolutely everything these people say, but I think sometimes their messages are good to hear. Whether you said it's
What's good?
common sense.
What's good about their message?
Well, improving yourself is always a good thing to do, is it not?
And what is their number one mode of improvement for men? What is the thing? What are the two things that they tell men to do?
Well, I'm assuming you're referring to money and exercise. That's what you're saying.
So is there are those two things? Do you think that those two things are the things that men need to improve the most right now? To be like, if you wanted to be a healthy, happy human being, what are those the things that will lead to health and happiness?
I believe so. In my experience, it's different for everyone.
Most people.
The gym and stuff like that is more than just lifting the weights, for example. Is it form of meditation. I guess overall, maybe the message shouldn't be go to the gym. It should be find what you want to do. But I think giving people who don't have a clue how to improve themselves and giving them potential things they can do is not necessarily.
Yeah, nobody. I mean, I won't say nobody, but I'm being facetious. But I mean, like I work out as much as anybody, right? Like I work out.
Yeah.
So I know all about working out. I know what it does. It helps me. It helps regulate me and all of those things. But going to the gym is not therapy. It's not. It doesn't.
It can be for you. It can be for you.
It's not, brother. It's good. It helps, but it's not the thing that for my mental health. It's not the thing that I need the most. It's not. It's a part of it.
People work differently. People work differently, bro. So what works for you is not going to work for me. You know what I mean?
But sir, stop. Most people, what I'm trying to tell you, most people, it doesn't work for. It doesn't work for. Men need therapy.
Where are you pulling that from? Wait. Where are you pulling that from? How do you know it doesn't work for most people? Where are you getting that from?
From men not having close partnerships, from men unaliving themselves, from men being depressed.
No, yeah, that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking, how do you know that the gym does not work for most people? Where are you pulling that from?
I just told you.
Where are you getting that from? No, tell me, where has the study been that you know that gym doesn't work for men? You're just assuming. You're just saying things in a tone where you're.
And here's what I'm saying.
In authoritarian.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Stop. I think that what you guys like to do is you think that there are these like magical bullets out there that exist, right? Where there's a study for everything, and that's not how it works, right? And I think you guys have to be smarter than that. Now, needless to say, you don't read studies on much, I would assume, on anything. You know what I'm saying? Even on the stuff that you claim to care about, I bet you don't read studies on it, right? But to act like you would go out and read a study about how the gym isn't a cure for mental health disease It's like, duh, you're not going to read that anyway. But I don't need a study. I don't need a study to tell me that. That's what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck is going on? Do you need a study to tell you that? Is that what you're saying? Because that's not, I don't know. I know we're on TikTok and everybody gets into this like, prove it. Where's the study? Brother, I just told you my example for this is look at all the mentally unhealthy men. Look at how mentally unstable men are. Look at the depression rate. Look at the unaliving rate. Like, that's what I'm using. That's my evidence. So that study doesn't say men are going to the gym. I'm saying men are the group of people who go to the gym. We go to the gym more than anybody. We go to the gym more than women. We work out more than women. We do those things, but yet we are still the most depressed out of the group, right? Or I wouldn't say that. You know what? That's not true. That's not true. We seek the least amount of help. We seek the least amount of help. That's what I would say. I think women are probably more depressed than men. But women seek help more than men do, and women get more help than men do, and they heal up more than men do. That's what I'm saying. And if the gym was the thing that did that, I think you would see more healed up men, more happy men, but that's not the case. Instead, I'm seeing a bunch of men unaliving themselves. I'm seeing a bunch of unhappiness. I'm seeing a bunch of sorrow. I'm seeing a bunch of despair. And I'm not seeing much movement in way of men becoming healthier, happier people. Do you? Is that what you're seeing? Because men are in the gym. When I go to the gym, there's a bunch of men in the gym. I'm not seeing it. You go unmute, brother. I appreciate you staying muted. That was respectful.
Right. Well, I want to hear out your side of the argument, obviously. But what I'm saying, first of all, I didn't say that therapy is the exact same as the gym. That's not what I'm trying to say. If you feel you need therapy,
hate women.
Okay.
Like, I don't think that's true. I think that's a falsified concept that's been brought upon us by these red pillars who most of what they say I don't really agree with, but the self-improvement aspect I can get behind. So let's focus on that. And I think that if you do aim for the stars, like Stud was saying, now you got a chance at getting the person that you want. That goes for men and women. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, you also got to take in consideration, it's all entertainment. They're going to say things to piss people off to get to where they're at now. You can't take it personal. You just got to look at it from...
It's not all entertainment. And
Right.
Young men have been radicalized by this ideology. Older men have been radicalized, and it's actually spilling out into the world, and they're hurting women.
Right.
So it's just entertainment. I mean, you can't say right. You just said it's all entertainment. So two things can't be true at the same time. It's not just...
Okay. I'm not here to argue with you, brother. You know, like I said, I think that
I'm just letting you know, like, you can't say right because you just said it's all entertainment. I'm correct. It's not just all entertainment.
It's just a filler word. I don't want to get caught up on semantics. You know, I'm not here for that.
That's important, but words are important, right? So when you say that it's just entertainment, it absolves these people of their responsibility. So it's not just a filler word, right? You got to use your words carefully.
Right. And you notice I keep saying that. Well, one, you know, this is we're from two different places. So what you might think is not a filler word might be a filler word, but we're not really going to get caught up in language here. But I just want to...
Are you not from America?
I'm from a different place in America than you are. That's what I'll say.
I know, but the word you're using is not exclusive to a region. It has nothing to do with that. Once again, brother, it's okay. Here's what I'm saying. Even right now, even in this exchange already, it's okay for you to admit that you just got it wrong. It's all right. You misused the word, or you can even say you disagree. You could still agree. You could still say, I believe that it's just entertainment and it doesn't spill over to real life. Is that what you agree? Is that what you think?
I'll agree to that.
You think that it's just entertainment and it doesn't spill over to real life?
It's all about perception. How seriously are we going to take this? People are eating these topics up in this conversation up. I personally don't take it seriously. Mm-hmm. I think that how they disrespect women is, wrong.
So if I told you that the FBI is taking this seriously, is that serious enough?
What do you mean?
Like the FBI actually is tracking red pill ideology. These men have already been deplatformed. This dude got deplatformed too, if I'm not mistaken. This dude doesn't even have a platform. He goes on other people's platforms. But yeah. So it's not just entertainment once again.
Okay.
Yeah, and men have and there and because the threat of violence is there because these dudes, everything that they say ultimately leads to hate of women. That's what
Okay.
that's all it's rooted in. Even the like men self improvement, all of that stuff. All of that stuff is a farce. It's all a disguise. It's a ruse. That's not what it's about. Because do you really need somebody to tell you to work out and get a job?
Some people do need that motivation. You'll be surprised at how many guys have self-esteem issues and lack of confidence until you actually get that kick in the ass. Now, and you hear from somebody else, because like you just mentioned before, I do empathize with your story. I mean, you seem like a respectable man, but some guys don't have that father figure, that male figure in their life, and they get this content from YouTube because they're in search of something that they haven't had for their longing. People are hurting out here. That's all I'm saying. But however serious you want to take it, no, I'm not part of the FBI. I don't follow their story. I could care less if they're deplatformed or not. I'm still going to live my life at the end of the day, me personally. But you know,
What did I say that had to do with you personally?
no, not you. That's
No,
not
no,
what
I'm saying I'm asking you like what do you why was that necessary?
I said I empathize with your story because you were
Not
saying
that
how
part.
your mother.
I know,
Huh?
not that part, the end part. The part where you said I'm not FBI, which I don't understand where that came from. You said I'm gonna live my life. Like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like brother, here's what I mean. It's hard to have these conversations when
Okay.
one party is being honest and being receptive and listening, and one party isn't. And the party that's not listening is you. It's not me. I'm listening to you. I hear what you're saying, but it's not an exchange of ideas right now. Like you're not. I'm being real. You're not putting me onto anything new.
No, yeah.
You haven't offered me like a new. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like a new perspective or anything like that. I'm giving you new information that you've never heard before, right? And you're not able to process it in real time. But instead of you, I'm not playing. I'm not joking. I'm just telling you what's happening. And
Yeah,
instead
yeah,
of you being able, instead of you like you're even laughing, it's making you uncomfortable. Like because you can't process the information in real time, and that happens a lot. That's not. You're not. Sometimes it's hard for me to process information in real time. It's a
Right.
human thing. See what I'm saying? I'm not shaming you for it. I'm just saying like that's what's happening right now. You're not being able to
Yeah.
process this information in real time. So instead of you having these like preset, like word tracks that you're using, because that's what it sounds like. They're platitudes. Like
Okay.
really stop and think about what I'm saying right now, right? What
Right.
I'm telling you is that these guys' rhetoric, that the men like them and these men specifically, the things that they espouse, the things that they say, ultimately lead to violence against women. Right? That's what I'm saying. Do you disagree with that or not?
I don't disagree with what you're saying, but I was trying to. I would like for people, and I agree that I'm not putting you specifically onto anything right now, but I also noticed that you do have an audience and you might have a few impressionable men and women. So this conversation can be important. So I would just like to flip it on more so the improvement aspect. It's nothing wrong with preferences. People have lived their lives
So
and
you're
think.
doing that, Jay. You're doing that thing again. You're going
What's
right
that?
back to your talking point.
You said what?
You're going right back to your talking points,
Right.
right? Like you do realize that that's not what I'm beyond that. This is if you want to know how what I'm saying can help people, is what I'm saying is first and foremost, once again, we need to recognize that this rhetoric leads to violence against women. That's the first thing we have to recognize. You're
Right.
asking, how is it going to bring women together, men and women together? Okay. Do you think that a group of people who are a walking, talking threat, mainly men who are a walking, talking threat to women, right? Do you think that it's going to make women want to be closer to men if they see and hear men constantly defend men who say things that lead to violence against them?
I agree with that. I don't think that it. Yeah, I
So
agree with
the
that.
first thing we got to do is the first step, right? The first step we got to do is we need to distance ourselves from these men. We need to isolate these types of men. We don't need to be a part of them. We don't need to say stuff like, well, I agree with this little tidbit of bullshit that they used to say, because they used to tell me to tie my shoelaces and wash my dishes and make up my bed, and I really needed to hear that. Right? Like, that's the thing that I really needed to hear. So I agree with part of what they said, but like, there's no but, brother. There's no but. Their whole message needs to be locked in a box and put in the bottom of the ocean with the fucking Krakens. You know what I'm saying? It needs to be thrown away down the deepest, darkest hole, you know, the Marianas Trench, right? It needs to be just like thrown away. We do not need it anywhere, because it creates violence against not only women, by the way, but children as well.
Right.
Right?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So what do you think the answer is once women distance? Because it's all a choice at the end of the day. We can choose not to give these people the attention. Then what do we do after that, once we get to that point?
What do we do after we heal up ourselves, you said?
After we, because you just said women need to distance themselves from those type of men. That's what you said, right?
No, I said we as men, you and me.
Either way. Yeah,
we
either way.
need to distance ourselves and separate ourselves from these types of men and their rhetoric. We need to not repeat their rhetoric. We need to not embody their rhetoric. We need to
I agree with that. Okay.
distance ourselves from them.
So going back to the question, what do you think the answer is to that? The final answer after we distance ourselves. What do you think to bring men and women together, more specifically in the Black community? Because that's mostly what I care about. I know I'm gonna get some hate for that, but I could give a fuck. So,
well, I don't think, and people say, I'll give you that. I mean, people say they care about the Black community. I always find it funny that if you actually do care about the Black community, then you would care about everybody. That's the thing. Like, saying you only care about the Black community only shows me that you don't actually understand anything about the Black community, because things outside of the Black community affect the Black community, right? Things outside, like what's going on the Gaza Strip affects the Black community. What's going on in Yemen affects the Black community in America. What's going on in the Congo, even though that's in Africa, it affects the American Black people too.
right. Yes.
Right? So there's no need to say, well, I only care about the Black community. And at that point, you sound fake as fuck. To me, I instantly go, he don't really care about the Black community. Because if he did, he would never make that statement. But yeah, as a group, right? As men and women go, after we distance ourselves from these dudes, then we need to unlearn all the bullshit that we've been taught, right? We need to unlearn it. We need to deconstruct it. All the misogyny, the patriarchy, all of those toxic thoughts that we have. Women are inferior to men. Men are more logical. It goes both ways. Women are more nurturing naturally, so therefore, they need to take care of all the kids, and women are better, they're just better they clean up better than men do, so let's let them do all the labor. Also, at the same time, not recognizing any of the labor that women do, because who cares about the labor of women? We never give them their due respect. We never acknowledge their real value. Seeing women as objects, seeing women as no more than baby factories and baby makers and, sex slaves and wife slaves and so on and so forth. Like, we need to unpack all of that shit, right? Then once we unpack all of that stuff, the women are already there. Just so you know, they're already waiting on you to unpack that. Like, they're already there. They already know that they're not objects. They already know all of that stuff. So we got to worry about them. They're good. It's men need to unpack all of that shit, and then we'll come together, and then we'll.